our series of webinars on Dynamics 365 Business Central ERP. Previously we have done a overall features session on the Business Central ERP, and then we have conducted a session on finance module overall features. Then today we are going to start from the chart of accounts. So chart of accounts, after today's session, we every other week we will be having other sub modules like accounts receivables, accounts payables, then inventory. Likewise, every other week we will be having a session on the Business Central modules. So you can always keep in mind that we will be sharing the links with all the attendees today and whoever who's planning to joining in future. So every Thursday from 4 to 5 p.m. we will be having a webinar session on Dynamics 365 Business Central. So please keep that in mind, and we always invite you to join us for our future webinars as well. So with that, I'll introduce our presenter today. He's Mr. Harshan Wan. Harsha is one of our senior managers, who is the manager business solutions and project management of SoftServe. He has over 6 years experience in implementing Dynamics for different industries. So he's also coming with education background in accounts and finance and auditing. So he will be able to give you a thorough understanding on how the general ledger or the chart of accounts works on Dynamics 365 Business Central. So if you have any questions, please raise your hand, or you can just drop us a text message on the chat. So our moderator will take on those questions with the presenter at the end. So over to you, Harsha. You can take the deck now. Thank you.
Thank you, Takshila. Hi, everyone. Today, we are discussing on chart of accounts, the key function on the in Dynamics 365 Business Central. Our agenda will be the creation of chart of accounts and explain the elements of the GL account card and maintaining how maintain account categories and subcategories, and how we assign dimension to multiple accounts, and how the posting happening in NAV, and while posting how the dimension assigning into the JV. And as you know, the data navigation and all the key feature in NAV, that also very important. And also we are planning to discuss analysis by dimension tool, and also we are planning to discuss the recurring journal and its features. And also there are some reporting tools also in NAV regarding to the chart of accounts, that also I am planning to show you. Okay, before all, I will show you the navigation integrity of the NAV and the modules in NAV, how the link with Dynamics NAV chart of account. Normally, in chart of accounts in NAV, there are multiple modules are linked with the chart of account, and it's we can call the centralized players in the Dynamics NAV.
Harsha, I think
If
you
we
might have to
let's say
increase the screen
vendor
size a bit.
related transaction, and asset related transaction, and item related transaction, and ARAP, all the transaction are posted. Once posted the data, the all the division integrity in NAV, that base module, and all the data end of the day GL account card will be updated once post all the data by the end user. Calling fixed asset,
Line
let's
is
say we are
dropping a
taking
bit,
fixed
Harsha.
asset, then and one if any purchase order or any purchase invoice, then vendor ledger entry, and also at time of updating the subledger, also chart of account also updated from the vendor ledger entry. Likewise, there are lots of Takshila.
Line was dropping a bit, and you need to increase the screen size. I think it's not very clear on the diagram.
Okay, one moment. One moment. Can you see? Yeah, I think all can see the diagrams now.
Now it's can,
Yeah.
yeah, now it's okay.
Okay. Yes. Normally, I am taking before taking to the chart of accounts. I am briefly. I am just brief you the integrity of the chart of accounts and the ledger, how it's going to post into the sub ledgers and the chart of account both. Normally that vendor ledger entries, FA ledger entries, and all the sub ledgers, this item, sales, and ARAP, all the sub ledgers to the sub ledgers, and thereafter all the chart of accounts will be updated soon as possible once user posted the sub ledger. This is end-to-end process. Then no any data loss or no any single entries going into the NAV and any time. All the chart of accounts are tallied end of the day, and you don't need to cross check it with sub ledger or anything, because all the control accounts and all the sub ledgers are linking with the directly linking with the chart of account. Right. Now I am going to the demonstration. Then you can see the actual scenarios and actual data posting, how it's running on the NAV database. Yeah, I think you can see my screen. This is the home screen in NAV. I think last week our Tisum has already explained you the home screen features and function to all the users. And I think I can directly go to the chart of accounts. When we go into the chart of accounts, we can see all the accounts, GL account list, and each individual accounts in the chart of account list. And you can see all the figures, net change, balance, balance at date, all the figures you can see at the one point of time when you go into the chart of account list page. Here also you can see if you have any reporting currency, that also you can see what are the reporting currency, that amount updated in your reporting currency in USD or any currency what you have predefined in the implementation stage, and that also you can see one step of the chart of account list. Then I will show you the chart of account card. Then we have to I have to show you the some features in the chart of account card, and how we create the chart of account, and how we assign number coding and the uh, account category and the subcategory. That I will go to the little bit depth in account card. I will go to one account that I can take the land and building. You can see land and building account. If I go to the land and building, I can see the account card. Account card mean once you updated any chart of account in the chart of account list in NAV, you have to assign the number. Number mean your account card number. Normally in Sri Lanka, all we are knowing in the trial balance, we can have address as 1110 or 6 digits or 5 digits, any number of digits for the any account card, and you can see here I have four number digit related account number. This account number mean this is your land and building account card in your company. And also in every chart of accounts, you have to assign the name. With the name, you can simply filter, and you can go to simply, you can go and navigate your data using your account card name. And also there are some option in income and balance. There is a category called income and balance, that also you have to assign. This is mandatory field. When you create chart of account, you have to assign that account card is related to the balance sheet or the income statement. If you miss this one, yeah, assume you have assigned income statement instead of the balance sheet, then your account chart of account list will be unappropriate, and you can see there are lots of inappropriate accounts are available with the wrong data. Then when you review or when you present to the management, then they will ask you what is this difference in the balance sheet and the income statement. That is very important. So you have to assign the income and balance that category very careful when you assign the chart of account card. And also there is some category we can call that is account category. Account, when we calling account category, I will go to some of the screen. I think you all know the basic accounting concept is asset equal to equity plus liabilities. This is the base accounting equation, and we all know what is this equation. No, according to this equation, Navision also has conducted this account category. You can assign any account card, whether it is asset or whether it is liability or whether it is equity. And there are some more category, three categories there. You can see under the equity, you can assign your P&L accounts card as income or cost of goods sold or expense. That is under the equity, because as you know, all the P&L will be hit your return earning, and that will be under equity equity category. Then I am assigning this as assets because this is land and building. This account category also very important when you are analyzing data and you present it to the third party. And also there are some more category in NAV chart of account card that we call account subcategory. Under the assets, you can assign subcategory, as this is normally you can assign and you can create new category, new subcategories as well. In the fixed asset, you can assign some more subcategories. There is no any limitation on the assigning subcategory. You can categorize as per the internal requirement, and you can assign all the subcategories in the chart of account card. This we call equipment, accumulated depreciation, and some more category you can assign. Here I have assigned equipment. And also NAV, you can assign some rule for the account card, whether it should be post only debit or only credit or both. Normally that should be both, because we all know that any account card normally relation with credit and debit, because there are reversal entries can happen, there are normal entries can happen, JVs can happen. Then this should be both. And also there is some very important some more one, there are some fields in here. That's we one field is called account type. Account type mean normally when you assigning your chart of account, every chart of account are assigning it posting cat type, then only you can post the data into the NAV. Normally there are some categories you can see: heading, total, begin total, and the end total. These categories are normally contained with the indentation of the chart of account, and that I will show in my next step. Then I can show you how the heading, total, begin total, and the end total is indenting in the chart of account list page. Assume normally if you need any new account need to assigning into the posting level, then this should be posting. Otherwise any user can't post any data into the chart of account with the other than the posting type. And also you can see the balance of the account card. This you can click and you can go to the inside, and you can see the old entries updated with this bulk figure, right? This also I will explain further. And also there are some important field in here that we call direct posting. Direct posting mean you can predefine whether this account is control account or normal expense account. If you assigning as direct posting, then only users can post JVs. Otherwise they can't post JVs, because those are related to the subledgers, and this assume this is a land and building, this should be updated with the subledger. Then no any direct journal should not be associated with this account. Otherwise your trial balance and your reporting will be differ. And also there are some important field bottom we bottom tab, that is we call posting. And posting also here in Sri Lanka, this is will not be able to use, because here all the subledgers and all the chart of account are updated with your customer and vendor. Then there are no any posting level in the chart of account card, because in foreign countries they can use this product posting group and the posting concept for the posting revenue, other not without using any subledger. And here we can use other income instead of this, and that will we can discuss in our next upcoming webinars. And that we are in posting tab and the consolidation part will be discussed at there. Okay, then I will show you the integrity of the chart of account. And as I say, this indentation of the chart of account is very important, because when you assigning any GL account, you have to indent and you have to proper, you have the creation of the chart of account, user should have a better understanding of the chart of account in its entity. Otherwise, you can see there are lots of unnecessary because there are, if users are create chart of accounts here and there, then there are lots of unusable chart of accounts you can see in the your chart of account list. Then this should be authorized by the user, and that creation of the user also should know the chart of accounts allocated in the proper category and the proper place in the chart of account list. Assume I'm purchasing a new factory building, and I need to I need to create new chart of account card, and I need to assign to the land and building category. Then no issue. You can see in the land and building category, we are starting land and building from the 1100, and land and building total will be ended up with the 1190. Then you have to assign your new building account card uh, uh, between 1100 and 1190. Then we can easily we can see there are 1160 account is vacant, and that number we can take for the creation of new account card. Then I will go to the new button here, and I can create number as 1160, and I can assign the name as new building factory. And this should be balance sheet, because if I assign income statement, that is wrong. This should be balance sheet, because this is asset, then this should be balance sheet. And account category also should be asset, and then only system can suggest this is asset account, and system when the reporting when we run the reporting tool also, we can get easily the asset accounts. And also this can be under asset, this can be fixed asset, and under fixed asset this can be equipment. Also, if you need, we can assign new category and subcategory, and we can assign this to that particular category also. And you can see the debit and credit will be automated with the both, and account type also the posting and direct posting. Normally in Navision, direct posting, when you create the chart of account, this should be trigger with triggering the direct posting button, and we have to remove that. Then anyone can't direct posting do the direct posting to this GL account. Then I click OK. Once you click OK, you can see in your chart of account list that account has added, but the account has not proper, not in the proper order in the land and building category, because we have not intended our chart of account. But you can use even this is assigned with the inappropriate indentation. You can use this chart of account for the posting, but better you have to indent this chart of account. There is a button called indent chart of account, and I can click here. Then Navision check the indentation of the total entire chart of account list, and he will proper assign the chart of account in the land and building account category. And also you can see in your each and every individual chart of account total, you can see in the chart of account list, land and building total can appear as 1.9 million. It means your land and buildings and your increase of the during the year, and your accumulated depreciation total amount is triggered in 1.9 million. And this also you can predefine as per your company requirement, and we can assign in the implementation stage. This is only the demonstration. And this land and building, normally in Sri Lanka, you can assign as cost account, and all the increasing and decreasing you can assign to the same account. And if you require to present in different way, then we can assign in the account schedule reporting tool, and we can assign the increasing and decreasing separately, right? This is the basic account creation process. And if you are using the NAV, you can assign your account new accounts as going with the new account tab, and you can assign in the indentation with chart of accounts easily. Okay, once you assign this chart of account, you can see in your trial balance report and all, this chart of account will be appear. It means this account is ready for the data posting. Okay. Then I will go to the next step, and I will show you the assigning dimension and all, how we control in the chart of account list. In the list inbuilt, you can assign your controls in the data posting by the user. Normally, all the companies are trying to control the data posting with the correct entry and with the correct in the correct manner. Normally, we all know we have to segregate your posting into the dimension. Dimension mean, let's say you have different department in your company, then your data posting team has need to assign your dimension. All the department has dimension, and all the posting entries are go with that dimension. Then every account we can assign the what is the dimension, and we can control to avoid unnecessary posting, the wrong posting in the into the chart of account, and we can control and the prior to the posting, that we can control. In the list there is a button called navigate, and we can assign dimension. Dimension mean, assume this chart of account asset card, you have to control using the dimension. The department code should be administration, and your project, assume, let's say you have some project, your project should be the Toyota. Then as per the assigning this, as per the assigning like this way, you can anyone can't post any data without this dimension, because you have already predefined the dimension rule as department should be administration and project should be Toyota. Then no any entry will post to the NAV without this both dimension, and user can't post any data without this dimension. Then I will forward to you the expense account, and I will show you the posting and control NAV. I will take some expense account that we call repair and maintenance. Repair and maintenance account, I have already assigned the dimension as department code mandatory and the project code also mandatory. Then users can post any department and any project, but both department codes are mandatory because you have already predefined. Don't any no, please don't post any JV or any document without department and the project code. Then users have to follow that control, and they have to post the data as per the manner. Then I will show you the GL entry posting and control in NAV has already built up with posting the JV. Okay, I will go to general ledger and expense expense related figure into the repair and maintenance. Then I will go to the general ledger, general journal, and here general journal mean this is the central place for the posting of JV in Navy, and you can post any JV to the expense account or any correction entries or anything using this the general ledger using the assigned general journal batch. In here I am assigning the posting date, and let's say today, and this document type is a JV, and document number can be we can assign number series, so we can go directly with document number. Let's say JV 8967, and GL account is repair and maintenance, and a value I am posting 100, and my BAL account can be other payable. Let's say you are posting any expense to the other payable, and I am purposefully I am not putting my department code and the project code. Now I am going to post. You can see I can't post the data because there is an error coming. Dimension used in general journal 10,000 line has required the department code for the 8130. Then you can see users can't post any data without putting the department code and the both the project code, because next error will come the project code. Then I will assign department as project, and my project code can be Toyota. Okay, now see whether it's posting or not. Yeah, that is posted. Because I have assigned department and the project code, then I can able to post the data, because the rules and all are tallied, and my entry also get okay. And also for the data entry posting, you can assign workflows and all. That workflows and the controls in the journal and the document level will be discussing in our next webinar. Then workflows and regarding the workflows and the document level approvals, you can get better idea in that webinar session. And for that, I will pass that journal workflows and all in the that webinar. And there are some more features in the chart of account. You can normally in the chart of account you can see the figures, the net change, balance, and balance at date. All the figures are updating once we post the data. Then I have posted some figures into the repair and maintenance. Then I can see the increase in this chart of account figure, and I need to see the I need to see I need to navigate that entry posted today. Then we can easily go to the chart of account list page, and we can go to the net change. And once you click the net change, you can see all the entries are appear in the list menu. Then we can also filter again. Because I need to see the entries posted today, then I will put T letter and I will put tab. Then we can see that there are one entry is posted today, that is going to amounting into 100 rupee. That is the entry that I have posted just a while ago. And we can see the dimension associated with the posted entry. This is the navigation of the chart of account. This navigation means you can have endless navigation in the chart of account once posted the data. Then I will go to the sales account and I will show you what is the navigation, what are the function in the added with the navigation option. If you see the sales retail domestic account, there are 800,000 values seen posted in the net chain. Then I will go to the inside in the 800,000 rupee, and I can see there are lots of invoices and credit memos. There are lots of entries are there. Then I can see the invoices and credit notes and JVs, all the figures I can see. Then assume, let's say you have to see the balance. You have to see the in depth of the balance. This 944 journal that is invoice. Then invoice you can select and you can navigate. Once you navigate it, system will show what are the posted sales invoice and what are the GL entries, what are the VAT entries, what are the customer ledger entries, and all the information you can see in your one click of the button in the chart of account. This posted sales invoice, you can navigate in here and system will show what are the posted sales invoice that is associated the item, and what are the quantity they sold and what is the unit price. And also you can go to the statistics field and you can see the profit, and what are the gross rate and what are the volume and what are the cost, and all the figures are there. Then endless navigation function in nav you can see, and you can also see the GL entries associated with with this sales invoice. And in the GL entries also you can further navigate from here, what are the discount granted and what are the VAT entry, what are the cost of goods sold transferred, and what are the finished good transferred, finished good transferred from the finished good inventory. All the information are available. And also VAT entry and also customer ledger entry, all the sub ledger entry, all are there. Like this way, you can further navigate and you can see the data posted into the NAV chart of accounts list page. And also, we can see there are lots of other functionalities available into the data analysis that we call dimension analysis. I will show you how the analyzing the data in NAV are very pretty very pretty and very easily to get to the Excel worksheet in within very few minutes. There is a module called there's a reporting tool in NAV that's we call analysis by dimension. Using analysis by dimension, you can create any number of analysis view, and you can assign dimension, and you can see what are the analysis posted data into the dimension level. It means you can post your dimension for the department, for the project, for the customer, for the area, any type of category, the posted data you can analyze. And I will take one analysis view that I have created already, and I will show you how the dimension analysis are working. In the dimension analysis, you can maintain any number of dimension analysis, and you can go to the dimension analysis and you can see detail view of the posted data. I will show you one example. In this view, I can assign a column as department, and I will assign the date filter, and I have assigned in the your P&L accounts. P&L accounts, so because we are normally analyzing the data with the P&L accounts, and all the P&L accounts are associated with the dimension rules as we discussed, and that we can see what are the posted entry according to the dimension. Then we can click on the show matrix and we can see the posted data. This called simple chart of account and simple income statement posted by dimension. Normally this I have taken the department as column, then your interdepartment P&L account also you can see in one view. Normally you can see the company view for the total amount, and your administration department and department store, production, project manager department, and sales department, and also the service department. You can see the net profit in the bottom of the screen. You can go to the down and you can further drill down the figures also. You can see the entire company 4.7 million net income is there, because our revenue is appearing in negative figure. Then let's say your 4.7 negative mean your entire company has net income 4.7 million, and the administration is going with loss that 500,000, and department store 80,000 profit, and production is lost on with going with loss, and project department has some profit, and also sales department also has some profit. Likewise, you can see the interdepartment P&L in one click of view, because your chart of account are already signing with the indentation. Your income statement you can easily get to the analysis by dimension, and you can see the profit and loss to the each department. And also you can further export this same information to the Excel sheet, and I will click the Excel sheet button, and then system will show you the entire information, and you can run using pivot table. And if you have understanding on the proper understanding in the pivot table, you can further analysis and further drill down the data using the pivot chart. Then I will show you simple pivot chart. I will insert simple pivot chart here. You have to assign the source, and once you click that one, system will take the data, and we have to assign level of the department and project. I will get the department as columns, and project also we can get to the filters, and we can get the amount column, and also we can get timeline as time slicer. I will put the time slicer when for analyzing month data. Yes. Now let's say you have to you require to see 2024 figures. Then I can easily go to the time slicer, and I can reduce the figures up to 2024. Likewise, all the data you can see when I decreasing the levels. Yeah. Now we are in 2024. In January month, from the January to December, I have size this pivot table, and further I am decreasing. Now you can see from the July month to December, you have only job sales, and if you need to increase the data, you can increase like this way. Then all the data will be updated. This is very simple pure chart, and you can see the sales income from the by department, administration, department store, products, projects, services. Likewise, like this way, you can easily filter the figures, and you can easily view your department wise figures posted. You can easily go to the project level, and you can filter posted data. Likewise, these are all the standard concepts, and you can easily use these type of data analysis in the with using the Excel. And also there are some more feature in the chart of account list. I will show you. In the chart of accounts list, you can simply taken it to the Excel sheet. Assume your management has requested quick PNL, then I can filter the chart of account into the income statement, and I can put Control plus E button in the PC, and then NAV will push the data into the Excel sheet within 1 second. Here we can highlight our posting accounts. We are removing our posting accounts, and we can highlight your heading and all heading accounts, and the in total and the begin total, all the accounts, and you can remove the filter. Then you can quickly transfer the same sheet to the management, and this is your PNL, quick PNL. And this also you can filter into today or any date period by using the chart of account filter. And here you can filter by limit total. Using the limit total, you can quickly filter your data into the date filter. Assume January 24 up to 31st December 2024. Then the posted data will be net change will be arranged as per the date filter, and you can quickly Control plus E, and then all the data are updated in your Excel sheet. This Excel sheet always are refreshing with the Navision. Let's say you mistakenly you are deleted some data, then there is a button called refresh button. Once you click the refresh, all the data refresh again with the Navision, because all the link are available in the Navision with the inbuilt feature in the Excel. All the integrity and all the connections are also available in the, because both products are Microsoft products. The integrity and the connectivity are always working properly. And also I will show you the recurring journal. We are using recurring journal in NAV for the recurring payments in monthly in for the every entity. Normally Sri Lanka, we have salary cost, EPF, ETF, and maintenance cost, all are recurring every month. Those type of recurring journal, we can use recurring journal, and we can use we can post the data as per the recurring parameters. I will quickly go to the recurring journal, and that also I can see all the functions, and all the recurring journal, gen journal, all are available in the chart of account list page. Then you don't need to go to the inside in the NAV, because there are lots of module in the NAV, like finance management, sales, purchasing. Those modules you don't need to go to the inside of the chart of account in the department level, and you can easily go with the home screen. There is a recurring general journal. In the recurring general journal, there are some feature in there. I will show you that one. Normally in Sri Lanka, recurring journal we are using every month. So we have to use recurring method. Recurring method mean NAV. There are some recurring methods, and normally in Sri Lanka there are two recurring methods we can use, because normally we are using monthly payments and month-end payments. No, then we can use two type of recurring methods. One we can call as 1M. 1M mean recurring same day every month. It means you are posting your EPF payments in 25th, then every 25th you have to pay that. Then we can use 1M parameter for that, and every payment what you are paying in every last month, last day of the every month, then you can use the second parameter as the recurring frequency. I will show you 1M parameter. In the recurring journal, once you go to the recurring journal, there is a the important field in the journal line, and that one journal, one option is recurring method, and that also there are 6 variables there. That's called you can post fixed amount every month, and you can post variable amounts every month, and you can post balancing. Balancing mean your balance debit amount will be post today, and your credit amount will be post your into your chart of account in next day. And also there are some reversing variables also available, but those reversing fixed variable and the balance option are not using in here. Normally we are using fixed and the variable for the normally day-to-day requirements. I will show you the fixed recurring method and how it's happened and how it's post after the posting data into the chart of account. Once we click the recurring method, then there is another field we have to assign, that recurring frequency. As I told you, recurring frequency we can assign one name, because every month your EPF cost and your maintenance cost are fixed, and you have to pay in every month, every fixed day. Then I will assign posting date as today, and document type we can leave, and we can assign recurring number series as per the requirement. Where this also you can assign number series, and then number series will be increased as per the posting. And this also I will assign same account, my repair and maintenance account, and amount can be, I will assign 1250. This 1250 you can segregate to a different account, and you can post your credit posting line to the different accounts. Let's say your expense will be repair and maintenance 1250, but your credit can be two different payable accounts. That also we can allocate using the allocation rule. Allocation rule mean you can desegregate this 100% of this 1250 into two different accounts. That called allocation rule, and we can easily go with click of allocated amount button here, and system will pop up another menu for assigning that both account. I will assign other payable account for one. Let's say it's 50%, and then system will automatically divided then 1250 as 625, and then I will credit another payable account. You can take employee payable. Yeah, that also I am allocated 50%. Okay. Once you allocated this one, you can click OK. And now again, you are we have remembered this repair and maintenance. We have to assign the department and the dimension. Without that done, we can't post any data. And I'm assigning project, and I'm assigning Mercedes. Okay, now we can post the data. Once we post, just look in the posting date field. Now we are in September 25th. Once I post this one, you can see data is posted. Your posting date is automatically changed to October 25th, and your amount also fixed, because my recurring method is fixed, and your 1250 will not change. It means October 25th also you have to post same data. And I will show you the control. You can't post any data until your server date is October 25th. Now also I can't post, because your posting date and your server date is not matched. Once you reach the date, you can post, right? This type of function in the function we can use in the chart of account list. And I will quickly go to the repair and maintenance, and we can see the figures posted. Yes, we can see the 1250 figure in the first row, and we can navigate it that one. Then we can see there are three journal. Yeah, one is repair and maintenance debit, and other payable credit, and employee payable also credit. This type of journal posting and quickly allocation rules are added with the NAV, and these are the basic posting function and the posting parameters. Basic parameters are in NAV, and some more there. And those advanced level of posting we are taking into the next our subledger related demonstration in our upcoming demos. And I will go to the reporting tab, and there is a reporting tool also in NAV. I will show you quick PNL and balance sheet reporting in NAV. Normally when we discussing the reporting, there is a inbuilt trial balance also available in the chart of account list page. You can quickly go to the trial balance and you can assign a date filter, any period of the date filtering. And as let's say I am taking the trial balance today, then I no need to assign any date filter, and I can click preview. Then system will show you the entire chart of account into the trial balance, and we can't analyze any data using this trial balance because there are heading and the begin total and end total also there. Then I will again go to the trial balance. I can filter that one in the account type. Then account type I will assign as posting account, because we need only posting accounts to submit this trial balance to auditor or any third party. In NAV, this total of this each and every account card should be same. Then we can see your debit and credit figures are matched, and let's say that total debit figure is 40.9 million, and your credit amount is 55 million. Then there is issue. But in NAV, you can see there is no any issue in the trial balance. All are tallied, and all the different sides is 0.00. This is standard trial balance report, and also there are some standard PNL and balance sheet also adding with the NAV account list page. I will show you that one. That's called financial statement. In the financial statement, we can see there are 4 options we can update it with the account schedule, and there are balance sheet, income statement, and statement cash flows, and the statement return. And those I think. As per the accounting party, we know this four is very major component in the chart of account set, and I will show you the income statement little bit. Yeah, income statement. I will take some peak date period, and we can assign our budget period also, and I will show you the figures. This is inbuilt NAV income statement. You can see the actual and year-to-date figure and the budget variance. This is very simple chart of account, simple income statement sheet from the total revenue and the NP after tax you can get. This is actually we can modify, and we can further detail your overheads and your PNL total revenue tab and your cost of sale tab using the account schedule. Account schedule also, there is a large discussion we can discuss in the account schedule. We can assign new account schedules, and we can assign your chart of account based reports in the account schedule reporting tool. Using the account schedule, we can assign this monthly budgeted versus actual report into the NAV, directly NAV as income statement and the balance sheet. In the balance sheet also, I have assigned some sample for the demonstration purpose. I have assigned balance sheet from this year, last year, and 2 years back figures. This also you can see we can modify, and we can further drill down and further detail as per the your requirement using account schedule reporting tool. I will show you account scheduling reporting tool very quick example. In the account schedule reporting tool, there are one accounting schedule we can easily quickly I will show you. This type of account we can account schedule we can create very simply. One is total revenue, and other one is cost and GP and operating expenses, personal expenses, and depreciation and others, and interest income and the net income. This I have assigned using the trial balance and not using any other things. We can easily design this type of account schedule within 5 minutes. We can assign total revenue as our total revenue should be the end total. Then I will assign income statement, and I can see all the sales related accounts from the revenue. This is the indentation of the chart of account, and indentation is ended up with here. It means your total revenue figure will update in the 6995 account card. Then I will assign this 6995 account card to here. And also same, we can assign cost of goods sold as 7995 account, and GP is formula, and R1 and R2 row is equation is here, and GP profit percentage also the formula, and operating expenses total account I have get here, and personal expense also I have get here, and depreciation also I have get here. Likewise, we can create chart of account related account schedule here, and we can quickly go to the overview tab. When we go to the overview tab, we can assign date filter in the overview tab, and we can quickly see the figures. Like this way, we can create simple accounting related reports in the account schedule using account schedule fast tab. And this account schedule fast tab, we will discuss in our next webinars, and you can see what are the functions available in the account schedules feature. These all are related with the chart of accounts, and also chart of account we have consolidation and intercompany transaction also. Those are those we have to discuss separate webinars, and our team will show you the all figures and all the modules in the NAV in our next discussion. Okay, that is ended for today for the chart of accounts basic functionalities in the NAV D365, Navision D365. If any questions and any of issues, you can ask now, and our moderator will take it, and we can further discuss in within next 5 minutes. Okay, Dakshila, you can take.
Harsham,
Buddhika,
there's a
yeah,
question.
Buddhika, you can take. Yeah,
Yeah, there's a question in the chat box. You can check and answer.
Okay, one moment.
So to others, if you have any question, you can raise your hand or drop a text message. Then you can clear that.
Okay, one moment. Yes, one I can see one question there. Navigate in NAV is the entries which are posted for transaction. Yes, definitely. Navigation mean you can navigate any posted transaction using chart of account, or there is another function also available as we can call navigate. Navigate box. There is a fast tab in navigate in NAV. Using that also you can navigate any data quickly. Yes. I think that is that's I can see. Yeah, that is the only question I can see. Don't think about the language. You can ask any language. Yes, Siraj. You can. Siraj is raising the hand.
Okay, I'll unmute it.
Siraj,
you can raise your.
Yeah, Harsha.
Yeah.
Can you go to your chart of account, please?
Okay. Yes, Siraj.
Yeah. So you are saying when we are adding, so now you are added one account now today, new building.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
1100 to 1190 is the chart. Okay, so let's assume that we have accounts till 1180. Okay.
Okay.
Then if you want to add another one, what is the solution for that? Because we have already have 1100 to 1180.
Okay.
So the new account should be
1181. Yes, 1181.
81.
Because
yeah.
1181. That should be 1181. Because when we implementing, we are recommending to the customer to get some more digits for the P&L accounts, not for the balance sheet accounts.
Balance sheet, right.
And the variation on the account number also should be the lesser number, because here you can see we have taken 10, 20, 30, 40. It means difference is 10.
Yes.
It means you can only assign 10 number of accounts into the land and building account category. that also depend on the company requirement. Normally, we are recommending to use five digits for the chart of account number. Then your issue will be resolved.
Right. Okay. Thanks.
And
Thanks, Ajay.
yeah, sir. Yes, yeah. And if we assume even we are using digits, you are ended up with all the accounts, then we have to go to the second level. It means we have to use 111C1 and 1112, 1113 likewise, or we can use 5 decimal or any variation into the chart of account creation.
Okay, right. Okay. Thanks, Ajay. Right.
Okay, thanks.
Also, there are another 2 questions in the chat box.
Okay.
Kasun and Nami, you can check.
How many users can be logged at one time?
How many users can be logged at one time? Yeah, that is, I think Takshila can.
Basically, now on if you are using a Dynamics NAV version, it's concurrent based license. So I mean, depending on the number of users you have created, and based on the number of users you have purchased. Say for example, if you have purchased 5 user licenses and you have created 10 usernames and passwords, at any given time only 5 can access the system on Navision. But when it comes to Business Central, the latest version, it is named user base. That means if you have 10 users, you need to buy 10 user licenses, and all 10 users can access the system at the same time. So the two Dynamics NAV has concurrent user license concept, and Business Central has named user concept. I hope I have addressed the question of Kasun. So if you want to further clarify it, you tell me, then I can explain it to you further. And then there's another question, Harsha. Can we customize graphs as per our requirement?
Yes, Amir K, I think. Yes, Amir, you can customize any number of graphs, and you can assign to the chart of accounts that home screen NAV using account schedules. No limitation on that.
Then Siraj has raised the hand. Did you address Siraj's question?
Yes, Siraj. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Any more questions, everyone?
Let's put to your, if you have any.
Yeah, I mean, you can drop us an email also if you have any further questions.
Reply you as soon as possible.
Yeah. So at the meantime, our moderator will share a link on the chat now, which is kind of a small survey on just to understand the deliverables and how effective it was for you all today. Please give your suggestions and any comments, any thing that you think that we need to improve on our webinar sessions, so that we can correct those in our future webinars coming in. And meantime, if any of you need any one-to-one session, or if you have any requirements, upcoming requirements in your companies, please drop us an email. Then we will see how we can get in touch with you and do a one-to-one session for you to further give you an understanding on the functionalities and how the licensing works on Dynamics. So with that, we will wrap up the session for today. So thank you very much, everyone, and thank you, Harsha, for your time today and explaining the GL functionalities in detail.
Thanks all.
Yeah, so thank you everyone for joining in. Please stay safe and take care. Then let's meet up for our next session. Next Thursday, we are going to have another session. We will keep you posted what is the module it's going to be. So thank you, everyone. Take care.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Thanks all. Take care. Thanks all.